Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Evans, and today we're talking about the importance of intensity in physical activity, the stuff that gets your heart pumping. To meet Canada's physical activity guidelines, you need to do at least 150 minutes weekly of something called MVPA. So MVPA stands for Moderate to Vigorous Physical Activity. So why is this important? Well, I guess in our lives we want to invest in simple actions that improve many things. Exercise does this, from reducing heart disease or cancer to improving mental health to simply improving the quality of our lives. Now, I often get asked, what is the best exercise? And my number one answer is definitely the one you'll do. But my second answer is, when possible, do an exercise that requires more effort or that is higher intensity. The higher the intensity, the healthier the results. Why? Well, research has shown that higher intensity activities are more effective than lower intensity activities at improving our health, especially when it comes to the important stuff like reducing your risk for heart disease. But what is intensity? Well, I think intensity can be thought of as how hard a person works to do a specific activity. It's important to remember that no two people are the same, so the intensity of different forms of physical activity varies between people and depends on someone's previous exercise experience and their level of fitness. If you're inactive, any amount of physical activity can provide some health benefits. So it's best to start with smaller amounts of activity and gradually increase duration, frequency, and intensity. So how do we measure intensity? Well, we use something called a MET. So that's a metabolic equivalent. So at the high end, running might be an 8, jogging a 5, and at the bottom would be resting or watching TV, which would be anything less than 1.5. Moderate intensity physical activity, which measures 3 to 6 METs, requires effort and noticeably accelerates your heart rate. So for example, walking. Depending on your speed, the MET could range from 2.3 to 3.6. Yard work could be a 6. Housework could be 3 to 3.5, and so on. Vigorous intensity physical activity, which measures more than 6 METs, requires a large amount of effort and causes rapid breathing and a substantial increase in your heart rate. Think of sports or shoveling heavy snow. It's difficult to sustain vigorous activity for a long time. One way to think about this is to reflect on the research on athletes. So for example, cycling really hard for 30 to 60 seconds and then relaxing for the same amount of time and then repeating what we call interval training has been shown to improve performance in a shorter amount of time. The same can be true for the average person. Incorporating short periods of increased intensity into your routine can improve your fitness and decrease your risk of a long list of health complications. Still a little unclear? Let's make it even simpler. If an activity doesn't cause changes in your breathing patterns or make you sweat, then you're probably getting a low-intensity workout. If you can hold a conversation but still feel out of breath, you're probably in the moderate range. If you can't talk to your neighbor or sing out loud, you're probably in the vigorous range. If you can do moderate to vigorous activity at least 150 minutes per week, you're meeting the target. So go for a brisk walk, grab a dance partner, a garden hoe, or even a vacuum cleaner and get ready. Get set and up and go. That's all for now. Thanks for listening.